Still the same day, still Saturday. I just commented in some video just a few minutes ago. Completely different. What I just want to talk about again. You know, so much things going on and so much things going on through my life and things like that. So also is some other things also I just hear from, you know, people, most of colleagues over here at work, and what happens to their life and everything. This video is about relationships. I'm just talking about relationships and what happens, most of it, and things like that. So just well, last week I just come into work and all that stuff. So just hear one of our guys over here, or one of our workers, about, you know, comes into work and stuff like that, and it looks like he's been happening for a while. Comes into work, and then his wife just having an affair with somebody else. This happened actually with most of the guys over here where I work. It happened quite a few examples like this, and to them actually, and this is really makes you afraid of and thinking about it also, what can happen to you and what happens to you, you know, actually. And it makes you think a lot when you hear this kind of stories, and when you hear this kind of sad things, how it happens. We always kind of laugh about it or joke about it or something, but you know, you never know what can happen in your home, and what your missus can do, or with your girlfriend, or things like that. So this guy just comes into work and everything. So he comes into work, and his wife knows how he comes into work. And then what happens to, he didn't feel well, so he just been sent home. So as he gets home, and he gets into the house, and then he just finds his wife and with another guy in bed, which is really sad. I mean, it's really hard because, you know, don't know what's the reason. Most of the reasons why people does it and why we're doing it. I'm not saying only man and woman. Well, it's man and woman actually who does it. Both of us, you know, as men and women, it happens for us to do that, you know. But it's really also sad because very sad as we do that, you know, to our partners and everything. So it means there's something missing in between. One of us is not giving attention to the other, or the other is not giving attention to you, or, you know, things like that. So it's a lot of reasons why relationships, you know, really goes on a bad way. But it's also very sad to know someone, you know, as a husband or something, you go to work, and then your wife knows you go to work, and then you actually go to work for most of them and bills and home and everything in our life, what we need to work and money for. So the sad thing about it is, yes, as you leave your home and you say goodbye to your wife, and then she goes into bed with somebody else. It can happen it could be a man also can do that to the wife, and, you know, I'm not judging for things like that, because, you know, it's the same, man and woman does the same thing. The only reasons why we do it, it's just really hard sometimes why we do it. Because yes, if we become to love someone and we love somebody and we become to cheat on them, is really something, you know. It's very hurtful and it's very painful, especially to find when you go home and you find your wife in bed with somebody else. What would you do? Me, I think I would lose it, and I would do something silly, you know. I just don't know, because I think I would do something silly. For myself, talking about myself, if I would find someone like that, I would go home, I see my girlfriend or wife in bed with somebody else. At that moment, you just, you know, I think you go blank, and then you do silly things. So, but it's very sad to also, some people do over here, they were comment about it, and they were smiling and laughing about it. And I don't think this is a laughing matter. One of the guys over here, actually, one of the managers say, well, just don't laugh about it, because you never know. It can happen to you, it can happen to any of us. And it's true. It can happen to any of us, and we don't know. So he is very sad about it, to hear, you know, someone goes to work and then your wife is cheating on you. So it must be something missing over here in the relationship. in between the two of them, or not talking really to each other, or the attention, or someone comes up and starts, it could be a friend of yours actually, which is a friend of yourself and your wife, and then you start, going into sweet up your missus, and and start saying things the husband doesn't say it, or the boyfriend doesn't say it to her. And then some women, they fell for that. They just like sweet things, and they like, because the other person is nicer to them than the husband is. Most of us, when we start a relationship, is we are nice, we are sweet, we talk about things, we take them some places sometime, and things like that. When it's a new relationship, that's how it goes. But when it comes, everybody knows, when it comes to 1 year, 2 years relationship, and you are together or living together or things like that, things is not as much as sweet. Can be, but it's a little bit space in between. The two of you start not talking too much with each other, not paying too much attention, and things like that. And that's when most of everything goes wrong, I guess, because we lose a little bit of interest of our partner, and we don't maybe talk too much with them and give them, more attention and things like that. So, and this is most of it, maybe where all of us go wrong on this kind of relationship. And and some other guy comes in, gives a little attention to the missus, or to your missus and everything, or girlfriend, and then they start falling for that, knowing it, which that even if you start a relationship with that person, it will be the same thing would happen to you, or to them, or to me, or to anybody. You will be the same thing, as that is only one-off, or continuously, like one of those things can happen, and you're just having some fun and all that kind of stuff. But that fun, after a while, it comes the same thing again. It comes a bit bitter, it comes a bit not as much as sweet as before, and not as much as fun. So it comes the same as you've been living with your husband or with your boyfriend. It will become the same thing. In time, it comes the same thing. Maybe you're already used to each other, you know each other really well, and then you become to be like this, like that, and the way you guys talk with each other, we talk to each other. All of us talk with our girlfriends or wives or things like that. It becomes, the same thing as somebody sweetening you up. But people doesn't see that, because they think, oh, he's better than you, or she's better than you, she's giving me more attention, she talks to me and you don't talk to me. No, that's all most of bullshit. Most of it is about us who doesn't do that. Us who doesn't have the communication of with a girlfriend or with a wife or things like that. So is man and woman the same thing? Not giving attention to each other, not even having a chat with the person or with the husband or the wife, and some things start hiding it from each other and doing some things without a husband or wife knowing it, or things like that. And that's how I guess most of relationships goes on the wrong way. Myself also, in my life at the moment, I'm going through a lot of stuff, but I'll have another videos to talk about most of what is going on also in my life. Hearing about this kind of relationships from the guys over here at work, and I know most of them, what happened to them. And some guys, they are good guys, they are too good to their wives, and their wives, they don't like it, a good guy. Some women, they have a guy which is a bit more rougher to them, a bit more demanding to them. They also, it's not because they don't like, they respect it a little bit more, but also they don't like it because, oh, my husband or my boyfriend is like this, like that. So it's like, we don't like anything, actually, in one sense. So it's like we don't like anything, because if we have a wife, a good wife, we try, maybe we abuse it a little bit. If the wife has a good husband, also it's like the wife is the one who will abuse it, the husband, and they don't like it because they are a bit boring, or they are a bit whatever, so they look for a person which is a bit more bad, or more whatever they're looking for. And that's how it goes. I mean, we're never happy with anything in our life, in our relationships. So, but relationships goes wrong, most of it, because of not talking with each other and not paying attention to each other, I guess. And and that's how it goes wrong. But it's one thing over here is very sad for me to also hear that, because at this moment in time I'm under a good situation in my life, and I guess doing this kind of things maybe makes me talk and make me feel better. The only thing is doesn't make me feel better is hearing it again just past a few weeks. Again, from work is about 4 people on the same situation, and it's really hard to feel sorry for everyone and for them, and feel sorry for the person when goes home and you think you're working and your wife is faithful to you and everything, and you go home and you find your wife in bed with somebody else. How it's just unbearable, and it's really hurtful. And if you've been together for so long, what gone wrong in